Hey guys, welcome back to our journey to 100. Clint Prang here, Regional Business Manager, John Skinner, our Regional Agronomy Manager. We are standing here in a soybean field in Henderson County, John, Illinois, and again, talking about 100 bushel beans. And we've been blown away by the outpouring. People that have questions, people that have stories to share, and just the general interest from Beck's dealers and Beck's customers in the state of Illinois about this journey to 100 bushel. And so you may be wondering what time of year it is. Here it is. It's May 22nd. John, we're wearing our coats. It's kind of a weird year here across the Midwest, and we've had to find about 5 different locations today where the wind's not blowing horribly. So it hits you on all sides of the building when you're going around it. But again, we're in this field. This is a field of 3,300 E3 soybeans planted on April 14th. And so with our first few series here, we wanted to provide you guys with not only some of the stories that we have of having this journey to 100 bushel soybeans and the things that we've collected so far in the last couple of weeks, but also some PFR management strategies, some success strategies in order to obtain that 100 bushel of beans that we're trying to achieve. And so, John, what recommendation would you give to our people that are listening about what strategies they should be focused on right now?
Clint, I really like this field here because it hits all of our PFR success strategies for this time of the year. It was planted early, it's in 15-inch rows, and the population's around that 120 to 125,
Yep.
So pulling down the population. Things we can do to build on that for this time of the year, some PFR studies that we've seen have tremendous ROI and repeatability over time, is 2 studies that come to mind. Stress mitigation studies.
All right.
And when we look at the stress mitigation studies, we talk about making a foliar herbicide application and things we can add in the tank to help that plant with recovery, help it be more active in the metabolization of that herbicide, and get it back to growing and focusing on producing yield. So I'm sharing with you now on the screen our stress mitigation study in soybeans, and you can see the response we get from using different products just to ease the stress. The goal here is when we give a unit of beans out, when somebody buys a unit of beans to us, we give them yield level that's up here.
Right.
And everything we do throughout the year is just controlling the slide. It's environmental, it's weather, it's wind, it's stresses that the plant undertakes.
Yep.
And our end yield is how we control that slide. So the stress mitigation study is something that I think if you're looking to change the trajectory of your soybean yield, look into that one there. The other one focuses on a nutrient, manganese specifically.
Yes.
It's an early season nutrient we like to see from a foliar standpoint, and the plant doesn't need that much, maybe a ½ pound per acre per year to achieve maximum yield. The best way that we've found to get that on is through a foliar application around that V4 time frame. So our PFR studies will show foliar nutrition products at V4 have the highest ROI. These beans right here are pushing V2, some right in that V3 stage, so that's a time I want to look at applying that manganese. Great for photosynthesis, great for enzyme activations, and it's an antioxidant in the plant. So when we start getting some of those stresses that form those free radicals, that antioxidant will help mitigate some of that. Also, it's one of the 16 essential plant nutrients a soybean needs for yield. So manganese at V4 and stress mitigation products right now are the 2 things I'm looking at for these early planted soybeans.
That's great, John. So what advice, though, would you give? So these beans you talked about, these hit kind of a couple of the early season PFR success strategies, narrow rows, planted early, okay, planted April 14th. But what about those individuals that maybe they weren't able to get their beans until that first half of May? Maybe they haven't got their beans in yet at all. What advice would you give to them?
I would say maintain the plan and maintain the program. The majority of our PFR success strategies work for almost any stand or any population of beans. If we can't hit the early side of things, we still want to be looking at that fungicide. We still want to be looking at those row spacings that are the most beneficial for your operation. So never give up on a stand. We've proved that through PFR, through different replant studies, through different late planting studies, that you can still have big responses from those nutrition products, fungicide products as you go forward. The one thing I would change is plant population.
Yes.
As you're looking at planting later into the season, we need to increase that plant population. We're not going to get as much vegetative growth before they start flowering and trying to go in that reproductive stage. So we need to offset that to get more nodes per acre by adding more plants to the field. That's the one thing I'd change. Typically, I'd say for most of the region we're covering, once you get past that May 10th, May 15th, look at upping that. Talk to your agronomist, talk to the PFR team, see what their recommendations may be, but I foresee if you haven't planted yet or you're just getting started, we need to up those populations a little bit to maximize yield.
All right, great. So, and definitely, like John said, engage with your local Beck's agronomist, engage with your local Beck's seed advisor. They're on this journey as well too. We're just trying to gather the information and stories and provide it back to you guys. Another tool that I would encourage you, if you're not taking advantage of, is the Farm Server tool. So I was telling John earlier today, I just upload our family's planting maps, and I'm starting to get my PFR updates. I'm starting to get my growth model updates from PFR or alerts that I get those every morning. I have them set every morning, so when I hit key growth stages, it alerts me to when I should be thinking about some key PFR strategies. And so that may be another tool that you can take on this journey to 100 to help you along the way. So again, continue to join in. Thank you so much for the support that you have continued to show. Continue to ask us questions. We look forward to seeing you next week on our journey to 100 bushel.